I don't know if you've watched this movie called Idiocracy.
Idiocracy.
It's a comedy about this guy who takes part in a military experiment. They're supposed to put him for cryosleep for like a week or something. But something goes wrong and he's stuck in cryostasis for hundreds of years. He wakes up in a world where everyone is just fucking stupid.
Oh shit, isn't it now?
People are just watching brainless content. If you normalize just being stupid as your content, right? Then you're really heading down that road, man. The stupider the better, but the brainless the better, the more if that becomes the norm, then how?
So as someone in the creative industry, how do you like don't do stupid in order to get monetized?
Well, I guess it depends.
So you recently performed at a National Day parade, right?
Yes.
So do you feel that this marks the return of your band Electrico?
Wow.
Or it sparked something?
It definitely sparked something, because when we came back to do the parade, we started to get reactions from people that we never got back when we were doing it.
Damn.
Because, when you're back, when you're doing it, you're in it, right? It's happening around you. It's happening at that point in time. But because it's been some time since we were
novelty factor, maybe.
Maybe, but now that there's that time, right? There's time has passed for you to see the effect of it and how it's affected people. So when we got involved with the parade this time, and we were talking to people backstage, a lot of the artists, especially the current ones and all that, they will come up. Oh, so glad to that you guys are involved with this. You're the reason why we got into music. You're the we look up to you. So there are a lot of those kinds of interactions that we never got before because we didn't have the luxury of time, right?
Right.
So when we started hearing that, it started to put things in perspective for us in terms of it was very reaffirming for us, like that we actually made a difference in the scene. So it was very rejuvenating, to experience reactions like that from the current crowd of artists.
Yeah, that's the best way to do music, right? You don't have to like kind of rely on it to make a living, take away the stress, and then all the goodness just fall onto you. Do it whenever you want.
Yeah, it's just something that was I don't know. It reinvigorated us because we were kind of like the sleeping, hibernating bear, right? So yeah, when we realized that actually what we did, the efforts that we put in actually made a difference in the scene. It just kind of like woke us up again, and it was great to reconnect with the scene again because people like Ben King and Shai and all those people who we were never really part of the same generation.
Right.
Now we were on stage and we were mingling and we're sharing stories and getting to interact. It kind of felt like we were welcome back. And this time around also, getting to sing What Do You See again, it means so much more to us this time because we're family men. We got kids. So What Do You See has a lot more meaning, you know what I mean?
This age well.
Yeah, age well. And it's you're actually singing something that's really relevant for your kids' future. It's about envisioning a future for Singapore. So, and then, of course, having your kids in the audience to watch Daddy perform.
Oh yeah!
Oh shit! This guy's famous.
Yeah, you should see the clip. It was like, that's my daddy. Yeah, I saw that.
Shit.
Yeah,
it was nuts.
that's my daddy.
So it was wild, It was such a whirlwind. It was such an honor to just be on stage with all those legends. Because in Act 1 we were on stage with as part of the story.
Closing of Act 1.
Closing of Act 1. Act 1 was all about the legacy, all these legends on stage, and for them, Kit Chan, Mat Nor was on it, all the guitarists and musicians, were all in Act 1, even Matthew and the Mandarins, all these iconic musicians and artists on stage. For us to be considered, put on that stage with them to close and punctuate that act was so meaningful for us, especially after being dormant for so long, and to still be culturally relevant.
I was very curious, how do you even get a call up? Because normally every year has a new NDP song, correct? And then obviously there are some This Is Home, all these classic legend song. Every year will invite them back, right? And then you guys being one of them this year. It's so epic. It must be such an epic feeling, dude.
It was. Like I said, we've been like hibernating for so long to suddenly get the call to come back to rehash the song because they feel that the song is relevant for the narrative this year.
Damn.
Is,
Who give you all the call?
So this year it was Sidney Tan who was the music director.
Music director.
For NDP. He's been the music director very often. More often than not, he's the music director.
Right.
Yeah, so I remember I was out cycling one morning and he gave me a call. He said, "Hey Dave, free for a chat?" I said, "Okay, wait. Let me go park the bike. Half an hour, I'm going to the kopitiam and I'll call you from there." Then I called him and he said, "Hey, would you and Electrico want to come back and do NDP this year?"
That is mad, bro.
Yeah, then I was like, okay, sure. I didn't know what to think of it, because the first thing that comes to mind straight away, because you've been so dormant for so long, the first thing that comes to mind is, wow, 10 weeks of rehearsals, 10 weeks of weekends burned. This is the first thing that came to mind, and then I'm like, okay, then I'm like, yeah, but inside, there's a voice that said, "Do it.
Just do it, man."
Of course, you got to say yes.
Yeah.
Before even needing to process anything, you already know that you need to do this.
Yeah.
So then it started to sink in, and I told the guys, and they're like, "Yeah, let's do it, man." The fact that they consider us still culturally relevant enough to want to punctuate a portion of the parade with our song is like so honored, so humbled. So then when we started rehearsals, that's when we started to really get sucked into it, because that's when we started getting those interactions that I told you about, where you're meeting other artists who you've never met before, who are now doing well in their own right, coming up to you saying, "Hey, you guys are the reason why I got into music. You guys really made a difference. You really inspired us." And it was coming left, right, and center from so many different people. We started to feel the relevance. And it's like, what really? Oh, shucks, And
you guys were the pioneers,
yeah.
no?
So we didn't realize to that point the effect that we had. So the whole experience just elevated, because now it was so much more meaningful for us. And from that point on, every weekend, progressively, there was more bounce in our step, and we started to get really into it, and we started to just open our perspective on things. And before you know it, instead of thinking about all these leche rehearsals, like, you're looking forward to each and every week, because you start to realize that every weekend, you get to do a once-in-a-lifetime every weekend.
Yeah.
Every weekend is a different 30,000 people,
Yeah.
And you get to go up there and you rock out to 30,000 people, everyone singing your song, right? And then when I finish, there's fireworks. I mean, dude, right? Where do you get this kind of pyro? I mean, I don't know whether it's true, but every rehearsal they run it costs them $1 million over.
What?
Yeah,
dude.
So,
but National Day Parade.
So it's 30,000
every
times 10. That's 300,000.
Yeah, we didn't go for all, because we had some stuff to do in between. But yeah, I think in total we went for about at least 6 or 7.
Wow.
Yeah, and progressively every week the show gets tighter.
Yeah.
The pyros get bigger. The fireworks get more, because they usually save
for the last
the biggest shabam for the parade itself, So
yeah.
So by the time it reached preview, the final preview, which preview 2, it was already 99% of what it was supposed to be, and we knew that parade day was going to be amazing, and it was. I think this year was one of the best.
SG60, right?
SG60, and I think Jun Feng did a great job in terms of curating the narrative through music. I think there's a lot less of that, those very ambiguous, up for interpretation, mass display things. This year's was centered around a music narrative. So there was a flow,
Yeah, there's a proper flow and
there
story.
was a musical flow and story that was just beautiful.
Like, because if we look at Singapore, right, like the music festival scene has greatly shrunk. Like last time you see Zouk or Legacy Music Festival, 20, 30, 40,000 is like a common every year thing. Or you even have like Laneway back in the day, right?
Yeah.
Now, the biggest thing you see every year is Pasir Panjang Power Station. 3,000 is considered, whoa, like a lot already, Yeah, and then National Day kind of like remind us that, oh shit, we actually can do it, yeah. But that was with a lot of government support, lah.
Yeah, but NDP is a different animal,
Yeah.
NDP is celebrating Yeah, you're celebrating the country. You know, we're all bonded by that.
Yeah.
I would imagine things like Zouk Up when it comes to like
Music festival, electronic dance music.
Yeah, we're a lot more fragmented.
Yeah.
You're not as unified as we used to be. I mean, you know, like Zouk back in the day,
the great unifier, bro.
The great unifier.
Yeah, it's an institution.
And it's also pre-social media, to be fair. Right? Pre-social media, everyone was united on the dance floor organically. So it really was a literal tribe.
Yeah.
It was a literal tribe.
Yeah.
So you're bonded by that. So when you throw a festival, the tribe comes. Right? That's why you can fill thousands and thousands of people into one place because they all there are bonded by the kindred spirit of enjoying a journey and discovering new music together.
This is a group chat back in the day.
Yeah, exactly.
Now got group chat already.
Yeah, exactly.
Then how like that?
Exactly. So, but now, you know, things have fragmented. So it's very hard to, I think, pull something of that magnitude together. I mean, if you look at the scene now, also, it feels, it's a lot more small pockets of collectives that are kind of doing that thing. Yeah. There's no one big unifying factor.
I think this all stems from social media, right? So recently I
100%.
saw this science channel where they talk about the death of the follower. Last time when you follow somebody, right, you will constantly get their updates whenever they post. But now everything is going through an algorithmic state where they recommend you what you like to watch rather than who you follow. And then it generate more ROI for the social media companies. And that's how it's moving forward. And which is why you see now, right, that everybody just like a different genre. Like there's an Ama piano group, there's a baile funk group, there's a house group, and everybody is just super fragmented.
Yes.
And everybody want to own their own thing because they are in their main character era, you know, right now. So it's probably harder as compared to back then, right? And obviously with rising costs and everything, right? To kind of pull something with that Zouk Out magnitude of 40,000 people. Wow, that's so epic, you know, in Singapore you can see 40,000 people. Bloody hell.
Insane. Yeah, I mean, the algorithm has very insidiously bypassed everyone's own natural instinct to discover for themselves. Before you are, especially I would say for like people in Gen Z, the younger ones.
Now got ChatGPT already. Don't even need to think already.
No, I mean before ChatGPT already, the algorithm already was pushing, was already like
feeding,
hijacking. You know, the moment you're curious, boom, algorithm gives you this, and then what is this? And you follow it like a fly to the line. You know, before actually just digging and experiencing and discovering things for yourself, algorithm is already feeding you. So it's destroyed. It almost bypasses your natural curiosities. You know, and that's a dangerous thing, lah.
Yeah.
Because then you're shaped. Society is shaped by a bloody algorithm, which is exactly what's happening if you ask me.
Everybody is the copy paste.
Yes.
And then also, right, okay, I would like to ask you what's the solution to this, right? But I would like to preface it, right, with another example that I just saw this morning on social media. So, you know, right, a lot of problem is people bring phones to a rave, people bring phones to comedian shows, right? Like Dave Chappelle is like a huge advocate for no phones, right? Because fuck, you're recording me, then how are you going to make money, right?
Sure.
So, there's this guy that recently made, I think, a few $100 million, right, inventing this new thing. It's basically like a Kevlar pouch or something, right, where you can store your phone, and then on top got a magnetic lock where you cannot open one unless you're at the entrance. There's a special way to open that magnetic lock. So you can hold a pouch, put in your you can still have your phone with you, but you just cannot access the phone.
Yes.
And then it helped a lot of concerts, kindergartens, high school, or even comedian shows, right? For people to be more intentionally present. And then grades, attention, focus, everything goes up. And then obviously this guy make a shit ton of money for inventing that. So that's the solution to that attention crisis, right?
Yes.
But for this algorithmic not using our brain to think anymore because for ChatGPT kind of pandemic, right? How can we overcome this, you know?
Wow.
Like damn difficult,
That is $1 million question, man, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Because it's not happening to like one.
Everybody.
It's not isolated.
Everyone.
Yes, everyone is the entire. Like, you know, one of the talking points you sent to me was about how do we get stay-home Gen Zs to come out, right? And I was thinking about that question. I asked ChatGPT, what is the age group of Gen Z? And it said
Up to 27, 28,
yeah,
right?
from 13 to 28. And I was thinking to myself, if you need to persuade someone of that age to go out, right, they are completely different already. You know, there's every generation before, you will be struggling to keep them home.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
the other way
if
around.
your instinct to want to go and party and just explore and all that, then I was like, wow, if you need to try and persuade Gen Zs to come out, that means they are completely different from any generation that's come before already. If that's the case, right, there's no precedence for them. There has not been a generation that's been like them before. So it's very hard for us to think that we can have the solution based on our experience to try and get them out. I think the only ones who can appeal to Gen Zs are Gen Zs. Because they are, if you think about it, right, they are the first batch, freshly baked of 100% digital generation. Millennials, Gen Y, Gen X, boomers, all different, but still in the same paradigm.
We're present in the offline world longer than we are in the online world.
Correct. We were raised offline and then had to adapt to a digital world at different points of our lives.
So we had the best of both worlds?
In a sense, we had the best of both worlds. And within Gen Z itself,
right,
there's another specific batch, right? And this is just me based on my observations.
We're going deep.
Yeah, we're going deep. I mean, since we're going there, and I have an observation that we can talk about, which I thought is quite interesting.
Yes.
Within the Gen Z itself, there's another band of kids who, when they hit the age of now we can drink, now we can go party, right? Got locked down for 2 years, dude.
Oh.
Right? Have we considered that? Those poor animals, those poor people, it's like, yay, you can drink, lockdown 2 years.
Yeah.
And how can you tell me that something like that, right, doesn't change the trajectory of how you develop?
Yeah.
Because we all know how crucial that period of life is in terms of like really launching us into pursuing our hopes and dreams, or pushing our boundaries and experiencing life and all that kind of stuff that gives you that.
This is so true because during the circuit breaker of 3 months, right, I've only been talking on video call with my girlfriend. I can see her, I can hear her, right, to after end of circuit breaker when we can finally meet, right. I feel so weird, like, who is this person? Like, look, the height also feel a bit different, the voice also a bit different. Then you just there's like the cannot connect as well, that adjustment period, you know. Yeah, then wow, imagine that for 2 years, right? And you never experienced
from virtual to in person, right?
Exactly, the thrill of the discovery, like what you said, right? Wow, you just you be a different person really.
Yeah, so can you imagine if that's what your reality was when you were unleashed, right? It's vastly different now.
Yeah.
You know, so you can imagine that if that is their reality, now you take someone like that and you try and put them in like a proper rave club environment, they'll just evaporate into dust, bro. Yeah, they'll just burst into flames or something. You know, I mean, no, but you know, it's just like, wow,
too much stimulation,
too much. This is too intense.
Yeah.
You know,
I saw you in real life.
I need my matcha with L-theanine. You know, I need something to calm. I need my calm zone or whatever lah.
Rub the cup.
Yeah. I need my singing bowl. You know, but okay. We're not poking fun, but the thing is, but it's true. It's a product of. It is just a product of the way things are. So to try and people who try and say, what can we do to reinvigorate them and get them out? I think it's for them. It's not for us to do. I think the only ones who can appeal to Gen Zs are Gen Zs. I mean, you look at Beans and Beats, the recent thing. To people like us, we're like, what? Still much? 5,000 people show up, dude.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I mean, they're obviously talking to each other because they are bonded. That is a tribe. Gen Z by itself is a tribe on its own.
Yeah.
You know,
Is it a very exclusionary kind of tribe?
To me, I to a large extent it is. Obviously, there will always be crossovers. Because will always be curiosity. But yeah, because like I said, they are completely a fresh, new type of
breed by COVID.
By COVID and just the whole being raised by algorithms thing. First batch of pure digital kids. You know, and there hasn't been a batch like that before.
Have you heard of Gen Alpha?
They're after Gen Z.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be my kids' I would imagine. So that if Gen Z starts at 13, then you're talking about like people who are in primary school now. Yes, I guess. I see them every morning downstairs watching SpongeBob. But yeah, what about Gen Alpha? I mean, I worry for them.
Even more plugged in.
So that's the thing, right?
How can you not plug your kids in? Then they are not competitive anymore with the other kids.
That's the thing. But at the same time, you do not want them to lose their curiosity. We have something, I feel that Gen Z is something that's why I said Gen Z is, I think, in the generation we need to observe.
Like prototype or something.
Yeah, because they're the first 100% plugged in generation. We need to observe and see how we can do things better for Gen Alpha. I mean, and it's not to say there's something wrong with Gen Z. No, I mean, but it's just, and the same thing happened for Boomers, Gen X, Gen Y. I mean, every generation wants to
got something
to do better for the next generation, right? So for Gen Alpha, it's the same thing, it's when the harms, the perils of social media and screen addiction all started to rear their ugly face, right? Gen Z was already in the thick of it, so they didn't have the benefit of hindsight and protocols to keep them safe from that initial.
And their parents also don't know better because the first time
there's no education. People didn't know what. Like I said, there's no precedence for this. So it just hit everyone hard, and Gen Z is a product of that. But after some time, research is done and people learn things about the perils of social media, and they start to dial back and understand it more. Those are the lessons that we need to apply to Gen Alpha.
Do you limit screen time for your kids?
Oh, 100%.
Oh, so you have like a period? Okay.
Yeah, they don't have an iPad or iPhone.
Damn! Wow, that's huge, man. Now.
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah.
I mean, we have one in the house,
and
sometimes when we're not around, they'll try and sneak it, lah. But otherwise, I don't allow them to get on the device at all.
Or not like
they can watch TV. That's it.
Okay. Wow. Then when we are talking to their friends, and then how does that affect the conversation between you guys?
Well, they're only primary one, lah. So
you give it to like what? Secondary school before they can start having like digital devices, right?
Yeah. No, I mean, the way I look at it, probably at some point when they start to commute to school by themselves, I'll get them an offline phone.
On like a nothing phone.
Like a nothing, message and call only. Maybe some GPS so I can track them, but no, definitely.
I think that's going to be a challenge, lah. As much as
last time we still got snake, last time got snake.
Yeah. I'll throw in some snake. Let them have some snake. No, but no, there's no need. We didn't need it. I don't think they need it. I know it's going to be tough, but I'm going to try my best to keep them off socials at least until they're like 16 lah.
Maybe 16 is going to be tough lah. Yeah,
I'm going to try.
Yeah, you're going to try. I think it's at 12 to 14 age where they will be bugging you for it already.
I'm sure, maturing, right?
I'm
puberty, whatever.
Yeah. And plus their peers as well. So
100%. But maybe I'm just being a very kanchiong or worrying parent, as most are.
Because we all go through that, right? And we see that, right?
Yeah, you know how influenced you can get at that age. And you know the kind of bullshit that's online. If you do not have a grounded kid with right?
Yeah.
You can go so wrong, man.
Correct.
Just on socials alone. I mean, the kind of stuff you need to navigate in school is already one thing.
Yeah.
You amplify that by the nonsense on social media.
Yeah.
If I can control that, I want to control that. No phone, I'm sorry. Kick and scream all you want, but not till you're at least 16 when you kind of like are mature enough to be able to discern certain things. Because otherwise, headaches, Can you imagine having to, life is already tricky enough as it is. We don't want to add on another layer.
Well, we just gotta continue to observe and
Yes.
nurture.
So we observe Gen Z and learn from them.
Yeah, but like what you say, online really have a lot of like nonsense content, right? As
Yeah.
a marketer for my events, for my content and everything, right? I realize that when you try to put in effort to do something, right, it usually doesn't really hit. But you need to capture people's attention in the most like unexpected way, like do stupid stuff, right?
Well,
Yeah, like recently I saw this Gen Z TikTok, right? He said that, right? Hey, Jack Neo, can you please help save projector? I will forgive your infidelity if you do that, and I'll watch Our Boys to Men and all the episode 10 times to repay you. Then wow, get a shit ton of views. I'm like, dude, who in their right mind would say something like that, you know?
Yeah.
It feels so fairy tale, so dystopian, like somebody will say that out of their own free will.
Yeah.
Yeah, and not getting paid just to get attention.
I know.
And that's the game that we can never win, because I think we are too like mature, grown up, logical to want to incline ourselves to do these kind of things, which is probably why we're not really gaining much views, because we don't say stupid shit.
That's why the Gen Zs are able to do it without batting an eyelid.
Yeah.
Because they know how to game the system.
Yeah.
They know that the most controversial comments or actions that they do,
and brands are applauding them.
Yeah, will get the most
big
hits.
numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, like that.
Yeah.
Anything we do also cannot.
Yeah. Imagine shouting and imagine some of the influencers that you see, I shall not mention who, shouting and scolding vulgarities. Everybody's watching it and finding it amusing. I think you know who, right? Yeah. So yeah.
Hey, they gonna sponsored by big brands as well, you know? Yeah. Brands that refuse to work with us, the normal people.
Scary, right? So it's everything is just it's just blind capitalism. It's just blind. It's just blind capitalism following numbers, where people not even thinking about the bigger picture of how this affects everything.
Damn scary.
It is scary. That's why we must better it for Gen Alpha. Because if doing stupid things becomes the norm, right?
Oh fuck, dude.
I don't know if you've watched this movie called Idiocracy. Watch it, man.
What, a recent one?
No, it's not. It's not recent, but it's got Owen Wilson in it, or his brother Luke Wilson. I can't remember.
But sounds familiar.
It's a comedy about this guy who takes part in a military experiment where they
2006, this one, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
It's about this guy who takes part in a military experiment and he falls. They put him to cryo sleep. They're supposed to put him for cryo sleep for like a week or something while they test something. I can't remember. But something goes wrong and then the whole place blacks out and and he's stuck in cryostasis for hundreds of years. And when he's finally thawed out, right, he wakes up in a world where everyone is just fucking stupid.
Oh shit, isn't it now?
Yeah, no, but when I watched it as a soul, this is such a funny premise. But I mean, talking about what we're talking about, now being stupid
it's the new norm.
It's a
superpower.
If it becomes a norm, right, it's heading straight for that. And when he wakes up, he's the smartest guy in the world, no? Yeah, watch it. Watch it. It's damn funny.
Wow, fuck.
Yeah,
dude.
it's just people are just watching brainless content where I think there's a scene where this fella's just watching TV and just watching some guy fart. And that's it, you know. But it's heading that way. I mean, that's the kind of content you see on TikTok.
It's like an episode of Patrick Star and SpongeBob SquarePants.
No, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody is Patrick now.
So if you normalize that kind of just being stupid as your content, right, then you're really heading down that road where everyone is
stupidity
just
is the new ROI, bro.
Exactly. Yeah. Stupider the better, but the brainless the better, the more the better, you know. And then if that becomes the norm, then how? So imagine you're a father. You want your kid to grow up thinking that that's the way. That's why sometimes when I wake up in the morning and I see my kids accidentally going on to YouTube and they're just watching some brainless that kind of stuff where they're just doing really
doom scrolling.
Yeah, doom scrolling of stupid things, right? Well, I straight away just turn it off and tell them it's rotting their brains. Like, doesn't that sound like my own parents, you know? But it's true. I mean, that's the scary thing.
I think we have the collective experience of our years on this planet, right? Then we can see, we can judge. But our kids, they only have this point of reference, right? So they'll be like, why you keep asking me to don't do this, you're right?
Yeah.
Of course, they don't. They don't.
And
they
don't forget,
get it.
we all grew up. We all grew up like that as well, right? We also say the same thing. Yeah, but just that generationally is different. Yeah, and the environment is also very different as well. So
because that's if we grew up and we watch TV, then there's something stupid going on TV. Our parents say, "Don't watch that, or rot your brains." That's fine. Now, but the difference is now that stupid thing follows you around everywhere you go. Because you have it in your hand. And it's being normalized by everyone. Everyone wants to start doing that also.
And you start consuming that.
Yeah.
You see, back then, you saw that stupid thing, it's a once-off because it's on the TV, that's it. You laugh and move on to something else. But now, it follows you because you have watched it and the algorithm will know that, hey, this is what you like, right? They'll keep pushing that to you.
Yeah, correct.
And you'll be consuming that more and more.
Exactly.
And you think that's the norm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, scary.
So as someone in the creative industry, how do you don't do stupid in order to get monetized? Because you want to earn money in the creative industry.
Yes.
Without doing stupid stuff, but now only the stupid stuff sells. Can you still do proper things?
Well, I guess it depends on who you're trying to reach also lah.
Yeah, right.
Who's your audience?
Who's your audience? I mean, if you just want numbers for the sake of numbers, then obviously the most sensational or loud thing will get attention lah.
Yes.
It really depends on the audience that you want lah. Do you want your audience to be consisting of people who just like stupid content?
Yeah.
Right?
I would say majority of the brands they just care about numbers. Only rare few brands that have the vision, right? They just support us hey, I don't care about the numbers, just do you. Yeah, they like whatever we're doing.
They're authentic. Yeah.
So I guess maybe it's about just staying true. I don't know. I mean, I'm no social expert, trust me. I only recently started to try and push social.
Now even DJ need to be marketing expert.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Look,
let's not go through that rabbit hole.
But this fella,
hey, I'm trying to get him to do more memes, man.
Hats off to this guy, man. I mean, your social game is fire, bro. And we had the same generation. Mine is a complete opposite. I've only just started trying to push it up, just cause it's not part of my DNA, but it has to be done lah.